Okay, so good. Excuse me. Good evening. It is 10:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 4-25-2025. So we got the weather here yet again, and part of my prediction was correct from yesterday. Now, a couple of live streams ooh, that's good. Okay, start with number one. Prediction was correct. So we got a storm just a few minutes ago. The storm was down here. It appears it shifted northeast. That is correct. But as it went northeast, it got more water, more moisture, which causes storms like supercells. Now, because of these supercells, we call them not supercells, because supercells, of course. But of course, we call this Lake Huron, which that is fueling Lake Erie and Lake Michigan. Those are the Great Lakes that fuel our storms, and that makes Michigan very, very unpredictable. Now, the storm here is moving northeast, but as you get up farther north to Valador, whatever you want to pronounce that, that's fine. If I pronounce it wrong, I'm going to point out that we're going to have some mix. Or mix, 1, 2, 3, equals sleet. And sleet equals rain and snow. Which you can see here, it is conveniently highlighted right there on your key. Now, if you want me to look during this live stream, want me get any locations, please say it right in the chat. Please do not state your address. Please state your county or at least your state. For example, I go into Iosco County. That is an example, and I'll be looking at location. I'm not going to say where I'm actually am at the moment, because I don't want to, but yeah. Iosco County, and I'm very tired at the moment, so lucky me. So let's take a look at Lansing. So at Lansing, we got a big rain cloud. It's not really severe. Here's the rain cloud. Now, Lansing appears to be storm moving kind of to the east a little bit, or to the right. Remember, if I'm looking at the camera, east is that way, west is that way. And if I'm looking over here, east is that way, and west is that way. So it is moving to the east. And we'll be looking at Lansing's forecast. Okay, Lansing's forecast for today. Scroll way down, over here. Okay, first I want to point out the 25th will be nice and rain. The high will be 72. The low will be 44 degrees. Now, that is for today. But the 26th, this is where everything gets interesting. At the 26th, temperatures will drop to 50s, even in the 30s even, including going to the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. Like I said, we're going to change. The 27th here, you're going to have weather in the 60s, but then your temperature will start increasing. But by the 30th, after the 29th, you're going to see temperatures going back into the 60s. And by starting May 1st, I think it's May 1st. May 1st. Okay, so on May 1st, you're going to see temperatures going even in the 60s, even in the low is the 40s in May. And that is cold. Very, very cold. Now, like I said, when you get around that time, maybe around 1st, around the 30th, my suggestion to you is wear a jacket, or at least a coat. This forecast for today, 11 p.m. I will be stopping around 12 o'clock So I found out that information, but never mind. Okay, so starting from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. So today you're gonna be in clouds, but for tonight you're gonna see temperatures in the 50s. But as the day continues, it will go in the 40s, as probably see. But then at 2 p.m. you're gonna see temperatures going back in the 50s, 55, but then at 9 p.m. temperature's going back in the 40s. Now your temperature's gonna be bump. It's gonna be like a roller coaster. It's gonna be like up, down, up, down, up, down. Repeat. It's gonna be like a roller coaster for today, for now at least, until this roller coaster poof, disappears. Nope. So yep, it goes in the 30s. Ooh, what just happened? 60s. Blah blah blah. That's what it is. Tomorrow. Okay. Monday, 50s again, 40s. So you're gonna have sunny and wind. So it's gonna be kind of cold by 5 p.m. We're gonna see temperatures in the 70s. But on Tuesday, the 29th, remember this is for Lansing, you're gonna see temperatures going into 60s and 50s. At 9 a.m. it'll be high, but then as the day goes on, it'll be in the 70s. So yeah, it'll be nice and warm actually for now. But then around 6 p.m. it'll be 69, and then temperatures will be dropping again. 30th Wednesday, this is where temperature bumps. It goes into cold. Remember, I'll pull up my whiteboard. Oh, nope, that's not pen. Remember, any weather that's oh, I have it. Let me just erase this. Nope. I'm not erasing that one. Razor. Okay. Any weather that is more than 10 days. It's a hypothesis. I hope I know what I'm spelling. I hope I'm spelling hypothesis correctly. So remember, a whiteboard on a whiteboard. So remember, anything that's more than 10 days is a hypothesis. Now, that is because anything up, so, like I said before, I'm gonna pull this, I'm gonna get my eraser tool. I'm gonna get my last one. Also, I don't know how this, I don't know why I have a rule with it. There we go, okay. Why? Well, the longer you go, I'm gonna write this down. Longer days, like for example, a week. It's really hard to predict. Now, why is it hard to predict? Well, good question. Well, the longer the days, for example, week is really hard to predict. Why is it hard to predict? Well, that's a good question. The reason why it's hard because weather, like I said, is very unpredictable. We can predict it, it's a hypothesis, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be true. Period. Now, So anything up to 10 days. So if we calculate today, I believe today 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still a hypothesis. 10 days, more or less, kind of still a hypothesis. I will want to talk about something major that is a breaking news statement. First, like I said, here's its radar, and then I will talk about some breaking news statement, which is going to happen very soon. So let's go on more. Here's the radar. Okay, I just want to point out real quick. I'm gonna go back. Like I said, or to the left, or to the right. Pretty much be the buffering, I'd say. Is it gonna be like big? It's gonna be small. Repeat. Good or bad? It's bad. Because you're gonna see some flooding, which we're taking that risk. Like I said, weather is very unpredictable. But breaking tonight, actually coming from New York City, here's New York, we're experiencing some wildfires down to the East Coast. This is major. We're not talking about those little campfires you see at a Thursday afternoon or in the evening. No. We're talking about actual big wildfires. Come on, what's the name? I hope I get this, according to a news source. I'm gonna get this name correct. I don't know, I forgot his name, but I think I remember his. I think he's a 19-year-old person who started a bonfire, fled the scene, not been seen again. And then we caught him and they kind of arrest him for arson. And arson is just starting a fire, and you don't want to do that. If you do, go send yourself to juvenile or jail. Congrats, you learned your lesson, hopefully. So don't. But yep, that's what's happening down there. That's when wildfires start. No under investigation. Figured out. Great. Well, no, because some house is burning down. And some people, and like I said, according to the same news source, people can't sleep because they're afraid. We saw some footage on news. I'm not going to pull up the footage. But some news source actually showed the video. In the video, there were clouds behind neighborhoods. Like, not clouds, but actual black smoke coming from the wildfires. Keep that noted. And now, because the wind, pretend it's great, because the wind is moving up like that, well, guess what's happening? Congrats. What you're having right now is wind going into New York. That's where all the bad stuff, that's where all the smoke is going. Right there. Right there. New York City. Welcome to New York. You're in a hustle and bustle city. It's going to turn into a respiratory disease. Which, yeah, black smoke like wildfires. Did my smartboard crash? Oh, it did crash. Black smoke like wildfires. Please pardon that interruption. So, yeah, my smartboard just crashed. It's in a few minutes to boot up now. But yeah, so as I was saying before I got interrupted, I'm not going to use my laptop, but usually what, you know, of course. There we go. Alright, as I was saying, before I got interrupted, yeah, because the wind is moving to the east, it's going to hit New York. And New York, hustle and bustling city, it's going to turn to a nightmare. Respiratory disease. According to officials, like the National Weather Service themselves, they are actually issuing a air quality warning in effect, which means be careful, close all doors and windows, and if you want to, wear a mask if you're that scared. It's going to be just like the pandemic. Just exactly like the pandemic, which I hate the pandemic, because that changed everybody, and I hate it. But nothing we can do now. past. Be like, let it go, let it go. But yeah, fire moving to the east, heading to New York, pretty not good. But I'm more interested in the storm right here. Now, keep this in mind. This storm right here is going to move pretty much northeast, but still going to impact New York. It does not stop wildfires. It does, but this round of wildfires is going to be a long time to put it out. Now, this storm, like I said, moving to the northeast, it's going to be good or bad. It's going to be pretty bad. In fact, lucky for me, I can pull up the wildfires. When was this updated? April 7th. Okay, it was today, so they didn't update it yet. Just totally fine. So, plan B. Severe weather. Nothing there. Either I'm wrong or something else. If I'm wrong, fine. I'm used to it. But we can talk about a new statement. So, number one, we got a small craft advisory here. If you don't remember, AD, which remember, like I said, I have to pull my whiteboard again. Small craft AD, but remember, well, up to our next statement, advisories. I think that's my script says I have a script. Yeah, my script says that, okay. So advisory or advisories, we never use AD in weather. That's one thing. Remember, we never use AD in weather, period. I use AD, acronym helps us understand that AD means advisory, but we never, ever use AD. Yeah, we never use AD. Now, sometimes people use acronyms for a bunch of stuff. I'm using AD. Just set there. Also, you can also just take a look at the chat, type in what you want. I don't care if it's going to be displayed on the big screen. And then I'm ending my live stream. So, what are we talking about? Well, number one, like I said before, we got a small craft advisory right here in this area, which is marked any small boats that's marked as a small craft. Well, you're in for a treat. Your boat can be smashed and bye-bye, little boat. Your boat's crashed and your boat is going to sink. Nothing we can do. All I can do is tell you and take my advice. If you don't, you don't. Going over here in the west zone, you see you got some warnings. Go over here, we got a fire weather statement. That's all over here. Ooh, nope. Excuse me. That's all over here. Now, these are fire weather statements. Remember, fire weather statements does not mean there's actual fires. It's just telling us conditions are right or soon going to be right for a fire. So, no, it does not mean there's actually a fire. The conditions are right. And that's this area. It's in red. Look right here. They know this key. Great, you know. That's weird. You now know, here's your key. Mild, moderate, severe, and extreme. Keep that noted. So it's extreme. Follow the safety recommendations. In yellow, like it says, small craft. AD right here. Now, advisory, like I said, anything that's marked as a small craft, please, be cautious. Like I said before, I've seen some of these before. We got a flood warning. Like I said, one major storm can cause of this thing. Today, it appears tomorrow you're going to have some lightning storms. It says right here, highlight it. It says here, quote, flood. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Flood warning from Friday 25th, 8:55 p.m. Central Daylight Time to Wednesday to 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Those are what they'll mean, which means follow recommendations. Flooding is serious and could damage property, homes, cars, etc. Please take their advice. That's why it's in red. It's letting you know to take it. that's basically it. If you count by by tomorrow, so 25th appears to be some thunderstorms, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th, 80-degree weather. It's nice, gonna be nice and hot, nice and warm. Let's go outside, go to the beach. So that's nice. So yeah, just go to the beach, stop by. I'm not staying. So yeah, flood warning starting from the north. Starting pretty much starting from right here, working our way down, almost going into the, nope, go back please. Go back please. Go back to my little thing here. Thank you. And now I don't want to read sad story, so just all sad story to the left, which they have advertisements. Which probably should start my sponsor before I get copyright strike, because it's copyright 2025. So I'm using MSNweather.com, or if you have Microsoft or Windows, you can look up weather, and that's what I use. It's connected to my laptop. So yeah, that's basically it. That's what I'm using. MSN Weather. Down south, like always, have a model. No, I always have questions. I want to say in the chat while you still can before the live stream ends. A lot of people don't. Should this part right here, which is a recurrent statement, should this be? Ooh, where did you come from? Should this be should be mild, severe, or extreme? Yeah. So yeah, that's your question. Should it be mild, severe, extreme? I'm gonna have a vote on that. In fact, we can have a vote on it right now, but I'm not. I'm gonna do it at the end. And now this will require another device. If you're watching from your desktop or PC, great. Get out your phone and any of my live stream here. If you're watching on your phone, get out your iPad, get out your whatever, get out some camera that can use a QR code. Because I'm gonna be pulling up the QR code, and I don't know when the live stream ends. I don't know when the live stream's ending. I have so much to cover, so much to say. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we can talk about nothing else actually, but I will talk about this one last thing. I want to talk about it real quick. Number one, I'm losing my train of thought. My choo-choo train of thought is going off the road. Never mind. I'm losing my train of thought now. Earthquakes. Got a few of them. They're actually not severe, because so pretty much from right here, Michigan's safe. UP is safe. This is safe. You don't run on the fault line. If you run on the fault line, you'd be like, hear the smartboard shake a chickadee jack all the time when I do my live stream, which I'll be like, hey, good content. But nah, that's not the case. That's not the case. So right here, we got some earthquakes right here. Here's our key. It says here, 2.5 is minor, you can't feel a thing. 2.5 to 4.5 is medium. And 4.5 or higher is red, means extreme. So we got a few extremes down here, which I can cause a tsunami. And hopefully I'm spelling it correctly. And remember, tsunami is a giant wall of water. Okay. I think that's all we're going to have to cover. Just going to leave two more things, and then, like I said, now I'm type in something. Number one, check out my website, which I will say the link right now, and I will say this. Those are two URLs. Let's check it out. I'll give you a few minutes to type that in, and then we're going to begin our next section, which I never did before, and it'll be very exciting. Also, ignore my funky handwriting. Welcome back. Need some more time? Just pause the live stream. We can resume. Okay, here we go. Never did this before. How exciting. going to take me a few minutes here. Because I need to find out. So here's a vote. My topic, well, my topic is should. Should. Written current statements. Current statements. Should be a space. B. 1, 2, 3. A. Mild. B. Moderate. Or C. Extreme. Now keep this in mind. It's your opinion. Do not be afraid. Your name will not be mentioned. So I just want to keep this in mind. Remember this. Here's the QR code. So remember this. I will see who voted. Your name will not be mentioned. Only your vote. Here is the results. And see that QR code and have a nice day. And I'll leave that up there for a few minutes. And then I will do that. So I can see who voted. Getting a QR code while you still can. I'll be sitting down and relaxing. So scan the QR code and I'll see you later. If you're just joining us, but I have a QR code right on your screen. Remember, this QR code is our vote. Please vote if you feel like it. If you don't feel like voting, that's totally fine. You can exit the live stream because this is logically my end of my live stream. Okay? So I'll give you another minute or so. This vote will be open. I want to say 24 hours, but I'm thinking how should I vote? But so I will let you know my decision momentarily. Remember, you can see your cast your vote right here. Remember, your name will not be mentioned, only your vote. Please remember, please scan us on any device you have. I'm gonna move my phone closer so my camera I should say, good. Alright, I'll wait. This vote hopefully be happening in 24 hours, which I can't do. Okay, people just joining us with us. I don't know how many people joined this part of the live stream or not, but my phone's really close. Probably can see right now, really close to that QR code. Now remember, this QR code is a voting session. If you probably can see details. Now your vote is kind of like your voice, and your vote is logically saying, would you rather? Question. But instead of would you rather, it's like, hey, do you think, your opinion, vote, do you think your current statements should be A, mild, means you don't have to worry about this. B, moderate, means you have to be taking caution. Or C, extreme, means you have to take the recommendations being very severe. So now you know that. Remember, this vote is casted. It is, would you rather A, or sorry, this was, should rip current statements be extreme? Sorry, would rip current statements be A, mild, B, moderate, or C, extreme? And option D is nothing. Remember, your vote will be mentioned, but your name, etc., would not be mentioned either. So just letting you know, please answer the following questions. It is a vote. Would you should RIP current statements be ... A, mild, B, moderate, C, extreme, or D, nothing? There is your vote. You got one voted, and I'll wait for other people voting.
Really? On live?
You voted?
Yeah, it was only one vote.
Yep, that was it. Can't re-vote another time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull up another lecture before we're gonna continue voting. But when we continue voting, I want to give you a lecture about warnings real quick. So,
I'm going to bed.
all right, good night. Okay, so warnings. So we have mild equals. Let's see. Mild equals don't care, or should I say? Let's see. Be careless. Moderate. Moderate equals take it as a risk. And severe equals major. Major, when I mean major, I mean like equal. Example, tornado warning. What warning is here? Not my kind handwriting, but terrible handwriting. So yep, those what that means. Mild means don't care, care less, don't care. Moderate means take it as a risk, and severe means like major, like you have to take caution. Not really take caution, but like a tornado warning, that's major. Hurricane warning, that's major. Severe thunderstorm warning, and that's major. Hail is major. That's an example. So yeah. There's the vote. I have 2 votes so far. I will probably enlarge this. So remember your so here is your thing right here. D is nothing. You don't. D means but you don't have to vote. But like I said, your name will not be mentioned. Okay. All right. Perfect. I'll keep reading the options, and then I will see who voted, and I'll probably do another vote tomorrow. Maybe get better luck. Should up currents be A, mild, like I said before on my lecture, mini lesson. You don't have to care. B, moderate, means take it as a risk. C means severe or major. For example, tornado warning, hurricane warning, etc. Those are your choices. Now I can probably keep this bow all night. vote all night logically. I can. I have that power. But do I want to? No, I'm actually wondering, should I do I or do I not? Okay. Here, I guess no one wants to vote, so I guess here is your result. Your result is all right for the results. Better be 2 votes for extreme. Now, like I said, 2 people voted. It is 100% on extreme, and a lot of bang, bada boom. Extreme is your answer. Now, remember, like I said before, pull up my whiteboard again. Oh, that's not my whiteboard. This is my whiteboard. Oh, I'll choose them. Do I add this? Remember, extreme equals turning out like major, and major equals turning out warning, etc. There you have it. Okay, that's the long live stream. I will see you guys tomorrow.